Hi, guys, and welcome to La Lucha Israel podcast. I'm your host, Angel.
And I'm Edith.
And welcome to the last and final episode for the year.
What? Already, bro.
I know. And yes, for the people who will look at the calendar, there is going to be another Monday after this in this year, but we are going to take just like a small break.
You're like, you already took a break. The fuck?
but this is going to be like a holiday break.
Yeah.
Because I don't actually want to. I actually want to take a break. Like this is like a choice.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of us.
This is a break by choice, just because I kind of want to feel like I'm taking the holidays off.
Yeah.
I am actually taking a whole week off of work too.
Oh, that's good.
Not for Christmas though, but it's gonna be
to the next week.
Yes. So it's gonna be from like right after Christmas to like into the new year.
Oh, that's perfect.
So I'm gonna take, and then I think like the Monday of the next one too, because I just wanted to start the year on my terms.
Yeah. I love that.
I wanted to start the new year on my terms, and like, don't get me, I'm not saying that like being at work is not on my terms, but obviously, like, if money wasn't an object, I wouldn't be at work. Like,
yeah.
Like if I didn't get paid to be there, I wouldn't be there.
That's true.
So, I want to start the year on my terms. I want to make sure that like I start the year strong and actually kind of taking time for myself, actually taking it easy and doing things that I want to do. Like
that.
Because I feel like this year just has been kind of a roller coaster. I want to actually like do the things that I want to do and stop like thinking of them as much. Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. Like put your words into action type thing.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I'm taking the week off. Well, you guys are gonna be seeing this, but from work, mm-hmm. I'm actually taking the week off for the Christmas week off,
mm-hmm.
and that's just because I have a lot of shit happening. I am gonna be traveling back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, no. I need the week off from work, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then from here, obviously, we're going to take this is our last episode of the year. So it's going to be nice, just kind of like, just taking in the family time and not having to worry about like, next episode and ideas and stuff like that. So
mm-hmm.
not saying that we don't love it. It's just sometimes for your creative juices to work, you need to like also slow down. So
yeah, props to the people who can never who just don't have to turn it off.
Yeah,
because props to you, because it's a lot mentally. Well, maybe just for me. Maybe I'm just a weak ass pussy ass bitch.
Me too, girl. Add me to that list.
Because there's some people who could just like, it's just the creative juices are just constantly flowing. And
yes, and I admire that, honestly.
Yeah.
I admire people that just look at something and they're like, oh my God, content.
Yeah.
And it's always content.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like at one point it's going to be like, oh man, like I don't know. I feel like it's going to catch up to you.
Mm-hmm.
But like still, like they have a good balance of like, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's like, no. I gotta either it's on and off.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's no in between. And that's one of the things I'm actually trying to like improve on
mm-hmm.
for the next year. So yeah, but I definitely think breaks are needed, and
mm-hmm.
you know, and it's okay.
Yeah, and because this is our Christmas episode, we're finishing the year strong.
Wait,
yeah,
y'all like our PJs? If you're listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, make sure to tune into our YouTube to look at our Christmas pajamas. So
I bought this just for you guys.
Yeah,
because I don't sleep with pajamas. I sleep with fucking shorts and like a fucking torn up old crusty shirt.
I'm definitely a pajama girl. I'm a PJs girl. Like I love being gifted pajamas. Like I love it,
mm-hmm.
especially cute ones. I have so many.
Which is why when you were like, yeah, I only have this one pair of Christmas, but se me hizo bien raro. I was like, I would have thought you would have had like 10 pairs of Christmas pajamas.
I meant it more so like clean. like clean pajamas. Like I only like I.
What do you mean? Because those were dirty.
No, they were like not dirty, dirty. They were like I bought them from. They're like brand new, but I had to wash them so I could wear them.
Oh. No, because that like threw me off. Because
I do have one pair of pajamas that are like also Christmas, but they're crusty Christmas. Like they've been through the road. Like ya me las ha puesto quién sabe cuántas veces. My sisters are fucking tired of them, and they have little gnomes all over them, and they're so cute. But my sisters, like they look rough, and I wasn't gonna wear that for them, bro. It's gonna be like, Dad, she really need a break. She need to go do something about those pajamas. No. So I do have actually I have 3 pairs of Christmas pajamas, but both of those 2 are like rough. Like yes, I'm older.
Okay.
And I don't want to include them because then you're gonna be like, oh, just wear them. No, girl, like they're rough.
Yeah, that's how I was like. And you only have the one pair. No, I thought it was so weird. I was like, I would have thought you would.
And then I have my elf pajamas, like the onesie. That too. It's a.
I don't know. Pajama. Have I seen that?
Yeah, I wore it like I think last year on the episode.
I don't remember it. Yeah, oh God,
you hate me.
Why do I feel like it's only been a year ago, but it feels like forever ago?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like it feels forever ago, but at the same time, like time has been so fast. Like it feels like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I think in the mind that I'm at right now, it just feels like it was so long ago.
Yeah,
but also I feel like the day to day goes by fast.
Super. Like, can you believe we're already done with 1 year?
Sorry, guys. I'm sick, so I'm going to try to not cough in the mic. Yeah, I can't believe it's been another year. And we're about to, this is going to be, like, we're about to complete 2 years of podcast.
Yeah.
This is going to be year 2. Technically, it's going to be the start of our 3rd year.
Start of our 3rd year.
Which is wild. Like,
who would have thought?
Yeah.
Wow, we stuck to this. I stuck to this, bro.
The time kind of just flew by.
I know. And it's like, it's so hard when you, like, trying to, like, you know how it goes by so fast that I'm just like, wait, what happened? Mm-hmm. You get me? Like.
Do you have some of your favorite moments?
That's exactly, I'm just like, what happened? Oh. Like, I'm just like, I was so wrapped up in, I definitely this year, I was really wrapped up in school that I'm just kind of, was so focused in that, like hyper focused on that I'm just like, everything else is kind of like a blur. And I don't like that. I don't like how, I know I had to like.
Well, you went to Portugal, like.
I did. I did that. I don't know what else.
You did several things.
I did several things. I know I traveled and stuff. Like, for your birthday and like, bro, I know I traveled, but it's just because I was like if you say 2025, I just say, oh, school. You get me? Mm-hmm. But I did do a lot of things. I just don't like how I was so focused on that and that everything else is like
a blur.
Yeah.
It's fuzzy.
Yeah, it's fuzzy unless like I look through my notes and I'm like, oh, I did this, I did that.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, my favorite thing about 2024, I said 2025.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. I'm preparing myself. My favorite thing for 2024, it was definitely like, I finished my degree, bro. Mm-hmm. She's a bachelor. I mean, she is a bachelor, but she got a bachelor degree.
Yeah,
now.
There you go.
That's one of my friends.
1 degree hotter.
1 degree hotter. So that's definitely, but that's because I was so focused on it. I just wanted to like, let's go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pues aquí estamos. And now I'm trying to, I don't know. I feel like because it is also the holidays and everything like that I'm trying to find a balance. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, like I just want to rest. Like I feel, you know how sometimes like te pega así and it's just like, I just want to rest. That's all I want to do.
That sounds sick.
I'm preparing myself for the next year because the next year, bro, it's full throttle.
I feel like we've been saying that.
Yeah, I know. But for real this time. It's full throttle.
Okay, well, what are your goals for next year?
Well, this one.
Okay, well, there's a lot of goals, but pick one.
Pick one. I think one that stands out to me the most. besides that, I quiero perder peso, quiero ser healthier and everything. Like, no, whatever.
That's every year. I feel
every
like
fucking year.
that goal gets renewed every year.
It's like, did I achieve it? That's questionable, but we'll add it to next year.
Yeah.
One of my things for next year is I really want to improve the way I speak. And by this, I mean, like, I want to not eliminate completely, but dramatically decrease the amount of times I use cuss words. Because I feel like I've gotten so comfortable using them in my vocabulary that I use them after every word. And especially with people that I'm comfortable with, you know? Obviously, in a professional setting, it's really easy for me to turn it off and be like, oh, no. But I feel like when I'm with people that I'm comfortable with, like, it's toda. Like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck you, fuck that, fucking bitch. Like, I just, I'm like I have a sailor mouth. And I'm just trying to, not saying that it's bad. Obviously, if you cuss, you cuss. But for me personally, I feel because I use them so much, and especially because I use them as filler words, I want to start decreasing the amount of cuss words I use in my vocabulary. So, yeah. We'll see about how that works out. Y'all hold me accountable. Hold me accountable. I want you guys next year, to put how many cuss words, count how many cuss words I say in one video. That will really teach me. I'll be like, oh, man. It's like Edith said fuck 120 times.
Damn. And that one counted.
But yeah, that's definitely a big goal for me.
So, let me ask you, does it matter that you're well-spoken around people you're comfortable? Like, why does it matter? Like, with me, like, why is it so important? Like, I want to understand your mindset.
Yeah.
Why does it matter to you that when you're around me, you're not cussing as much?
The reason why it matters is that I feel, because I speak like, obviously I speak to you a lot. I speak to my family a lot. That I feel like, like I said, in my professional settings, I know how to turn it off, but I've found myself sometimes slipping. And I don't like that.
And you think that it's slipping now?
Yeah, because I use it so much. Like, before, it was like, of course I use cuss words, but I feel like, especially lately, I've been including it a lot. And I feel like I'm starting to slip into my professional work setting, and I don't like that. And I think that's when there's a problem, you know? That's when I'm just like, oh, Edith, like
you think it's gotten, like, you just got so, it got so normal and just, like, this kind of setting that, like, now it's affecting you.
Yeah.
In a professional setting.
That yeah, especially when I start getting a little bit comfortable with somebody, that I'm just like, oh, Edith, you need to know. And also, like, I feel like I use also cuss words in order to, like, express my passion for certain things. And I'm like, like I said, I want to improve my vocabulary, that I don't want to rely on cuss words to show how passionate I'm about something. You know? Yeah. It's also, I don't know. It's like I said, I also want to become a better communicator. I want to become a better public speaker, even though we've been doing this for, 2 years? Public speaking, like, I feel like I haven't improved as much as I would want to.
That makes sense. That's a good goal.
I gotta start somewhere. So, yeah, I am planning to be more self-aware in regards to that. And y'all can hold me accountable too, so I will.
Imagine someone actually does keep track.
on this episode's Edith cuss.
How about you start a fucking, me cussing too. Start a swear jar.
I could.
That's real quick. You're gonna be like, I could be using that money for something else.
Exactly. My money just starts stacking up.
One day you just spend $100.
Yeah, exactly. That will make me stop real quick. So maybe I should have that.
Have a swear jar.
Imagine.
Oh, you know what? We're starting a swear jar.
Hold Edith accountable.
Hold Edith accountable 2025. We're gonna start a swear jar.
So yeah, that's one of mine. But what about yours?
For me, I want to one of my goals, besides obviously getting my act together and getting my health on track. I feel like that was so up and down this year. Like one minute I was on track, then I wasn't, and then I was.
Oh,
And then
girl,
I
I was right there with you on that roller coaster. I was right there with you.
This year, guys, has been such a roller coaster. So besides that, one of my goals for next year is that I want to get better at expressing myself. Now, a lot of you may be saying, Angel, you are so animated. You give us all the unsolicited details. You give us
You're the queen of long story short. Long
story longer.
What do you mean, Angel?
Yeah. So I guess the way that I want to better express myself is I want to make sure that my expression meets the occasion. And what I mean by that is like I want to make sure that like because I feel like sometimes I'm so dramatic in like the way that I act to something, pero también I feel like it's just coping with things. Even when I am going through something that is like like let's say I'm going through like even just like me going through like my mental health issues or like going through different things, I just the way that I cope with them sometimes it's like it's not the way that I cope with them, it's affecting how I express myself and like how I guess others are seeing that. I don't know if that's making sense. Like the way that I'm expressing myself in the way that it's translating to the people around me and my loved ones, everybody, my friends, my family, everybody, I feel like it's not meeting how I actually feel about something, if that makes sense.
No.
Damn, I feel like I just said a whole lot of words and it just didn't, like, I don't know if it made sense.
No, it made sense for me. This is what I'm trying to work on.
This is what I'm trying to work on, guys.
It made sense to me.
Imagine the other people are going to be like, I feel like because you have context. I feel like other people are going to be like, Angel, I have no idea what you just said. Like you said a lot of things, but put together, it made no sense. So, okay, let me just, I guess, explain myself. Let me make this long story longer by telling you guys that sometimes when I'm going through something, I tend to use humor to cope with things. And when I do that, it is a disservice to myself because when I'm going through something and like, let's say, even just in the last, like just recently, me going through mental health issues and other things that have happened, I feel like when I communicate, because I'm using humor to cope with things or because I try to play things off like it's not affecting me as much, when I communicate that to the people around me, I feel like they're not taking it as seriously as it is affecting me, if that makes sense. Because excuse me, or even when I'm just like super dramatic about certain things, I feel like okay, like let me just use like a couple things as an example. Like when I recently opened up on the podcast about how I have been going through my depression and just struggling with my mental health, and when I had been using humor to cope with that, and I was in my head communicating to Edith, to Val, or to friends in my family that I was, dealing with this, to them, it wasn't that serious. Like they didn't realize how much I was struggling. So when they don't know that, it's kind of like, I think they don't understand what's actually going on. And it's kind of like, I feel like I could have done better at expressing how I was actually feeling. So like instead of just like trying to laugh it off, I feel like they didn't take it as seriously. Or like even just this past weekend when I do this thing where I over dramatize a lot of things, or I'll be like, girl, I like whatever the hell I ate totally fucked me up. And like I make it sound like I was on the shitter all night or something, and I just had to take like a big ass dump or something.
Yeah.
And that's it, right? So like people are just like, whenever I keep saying like over dramatizing a lot of things, is just kind of like it becomes a normal, right?
Yeah.
So like this past weekend I've been really sick. So when I told Edith, girl, I'm really sick, she took it as like, oh, she's just sick, like she'll get over it. Not knowing that I'm literally in the bed dying because I'm sick.
Yeah.
And to Edith, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, so what I mean is, this next year, I want to express myself better. And I want to make sure that when I'm expressing myself, it meets the occasion. So that if something's going on and I tell people like, I actually haven't been doing really good, I just feel like the depression is depressing. I feel like I want people to take me seriously and know that because I said that and I meant it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I'm not just being funny with it.
Like I'm not just being funny with it. Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. Yeah, definitely. I love that.
Oh my God, I just went on a whole rant. I also,
Long story long.
Maybe I should work on being more concise with my words. I don't know if that'll actually ever change though.
I don't know about that one, girl.
It's like this inherent need for me to want to explain things. And I also feel like sometimes it comes from like this inner child of me of wanting to over explain something to make sure people understand me, because I've always wanted to be understood.
Yeah.
So I have this inherent need of like, let me some of it is ADHD, but I also think a lot of it is also like wanting like having this need of being understood.
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes maybe it is a communication thing, or it's an expression thing. I'm not expressing myself properly. So I feel like sometimes what I am saying is either misinterpreted or misunderstood, or I'm not taken, I guess, like seriously, or people are not believing me at my word. So anyways,
wow. That's a good, wow. Wow. You definitely have self-awareness for sure, Gertie.
Sorry, guys. My throat is a little... Let me drink some water. Edith, take the mic.
Don't put me on the spot like that. Edith, take the mic. I really like that goal that you set yourself. I feel like it's definitely going to be some work because it's not one thing that you're just tackling. It's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like, for that one thing. So...
Yeah.
But I definitely believe in you. Like, I feel like cuando tú te, like I admire that about you. You have great determination, like and discipline. Like, if you say that you're going to do something, you're fucking going to do it. So.
I'm not always, but.
But when you really,
yeah.
When you're like, I'm going to do this, you're going to do it.
I really do. And I think this last, I don't know, month or couple months, I feel like have been eye-opening for me just because I have been struggling with my mental health. And I think in the past, it was so easy for me to just kind of like try to hide it. I think partly because I think I was ashamed of it. I think I was ashamed of having to struggle with anxiety and depression and all of these things and feeling like I'm going to look weak. Yeah. Like feeling like, oh, Angel's just being a fucking pussy ass bitch. Like, why are you complaining? Or also the feeling of like, kind of like a guilt. Feeling guilty because it's like, Angel, you have so much to be grateful for. Why do you feel like this? And I feel like I want to stop. Basically, I want to stop being my biggest hater. Like, I want to start actually not just intellectualizing my feelings, but actually feeling them. Yeah. Oh my God, now I'm going down a rabbit hole of things I want to do. I don't know. I feel like these last couple of weeks, I've really been trying to focus in on like what's been going on because I haven't liked how I felt. Yeah. And I really want to, there I go again, intellectualizing. I feel, I do this a lot where I'm feeling a certain way, and instead of just feeling through it, I'm trying to break down why I feel this way. But I do want to, I think, oh my God, they're being loud up there.
Yeah, they are.
Besides like, you know, like thinking about all these things, but I feel like because I want to like improve my expression, and I don't know, I think that conversation where I opened up to you and Val about my mental health struggles, I think made me realize that like, I do need to like communicate better, like how I'm like how I'm feeling, and like I like not just like trying to like laugh it off, like it's kind of like, oh, no big deal,
Yeah,
you know, but like,
but it is a big deal.
but it is a big deal, and I'm struggling, and I want people to believe me when I tell them like I'm struggling.
Yeah,
You know, I don't know, I think before I was a little bit more ashamed of it, but I think like now it's just like, I think I'm taking ownership of my mental health struggles.
Yeah.
And I'm taking ownership over my mental health struggles, and just learning that like I have to be like, you know what, like standing by it, like, okay, I deal with this, and there's nothing wrong with that, because one, I'm not the only one that's struggling with them, and two, like I feel like, and if anything, it'll probably make me feel more empowered to know that like I'm openly like expressing myself properly, and working through them instead of trying to hide them away and like struggling in silence.
I think it also comes from your hyper independence that you've had since you were a child.
Yeah.
You know? And the fact that it's like, no, like I don't want to bother anybody for help, or even even just to listen or anything like that. I just don't want to bother anybody. I'll just somehow get through this by myself. But I think you're at a point in your life that you kind of like, you don't have to be that that hyper independent person, because you have rocks on your side, you know.
Yeah.
Like you have people that you could literally like, bro, if you told me in the middle of the night you needed me, I will be here.
Yeah.
You know, you have people that are going to be here for you. And I think that's also you coming into that realization that it's like, oh man, like, you know.
Yeah. I think
do
I'm
have that
going to
help.
start slow though.
Put a pin right there.
Let me just put a pin in that, what you were just saying. And I'm going to start slow.
You just scared the shit out of me.
You were using really big words. Oh my God, me not using humor to cope.
What happened to? You know what? This is still 2024. We good.
Yeah, this is still 2024. Oh, we're good. I said this was for next year. I'm gonna put a pin in that real quick. I'm gonna start slow. I don't know. Okay. Before I ask for help or try to allow others to help me, I think I'm going to start by just communicating.
Yeah, that's a good step.
This bitch was trying to come to my house in the middle of the night.
You know I would though. No questions asked, bro. You're like, bitch, you're here a lot. No.
Leo's gonna take one look at you and be like,
get the fuck out. She don't need no help. So dumb.
So that's my first step. I think I'm gonna start by just honestly communicating how I feel. But I also want to like not just do it because I said I was gonna do it, but actually like slowly I want to make it like a habit of actually communicating how I feel.
Yeah.
Like and not just trying to like make it into a joke or, you know.
Yeah.
over-dramatizing certain things.
That's a great goal.
There we go. Oh, that was hilarious. I'm like, Edith, you're going way too fast.
Like, that's on 2026 level right now, bro. Kind of like that. I'm just saying. Anyways. So we kind of set a goal that we want to achieve this year, right? There's obviously a lot of goals that we both want to achieve, but we just want to, we don't want to overwhelm you guys. Also, what's one goal that you're going to be working on for 2025? Leave it down below. Comment down below. I want to see. We want to see what kind of goals you guys have. But besides the goals that we have, we also have goals for the podcast.
Yeah. Which I feel like we should have probably prepared better about that. Instead of
that's one of our goals. Be more prepared.
Yeah. There we go. I think we just need to structure ourselves better. And I think now that you're done with school, like, we really need to, like, you know, have a little nuts and bolt meeting and, like,
nuts and bolts.
Yeah, like a little nuts and bolts, you know, like, just tighten things up.
Like a BBL? I know you're talking about nuts and bolts, but I wanted to.
You went a totally different way. You know? I want us to obviously be like a smooth running machine. So me going on with this whole nuts and bolts thing. I just want us to, like, tighten up, like, things, you know, like, you know, be more structured.
Definitely.
And
I agree.
Be more structured. Also, I do want to work on our time management. I want to work on our time management because I feel like this whole, like, I just feel like sometimes we just kind of leave things up in the air and, like, we don't plan ahead.
Yeah. You're a big planner. I said I was going to become a big planner. I'm working there. I said last year that I was going to use my calendar more, and this year I've used it more.
More than last year, yeah.
Exactly. That's improvement. So I just got to use it more.
Are you using it for your doctor appointments?
Yeah.
There you go. Mm-hmm. That's a stat.
Right? And then my nail appointments?
There you go.
Right in there. My nail lady sends me now the dates and everything. So then I can just add it. Like, I just got to click and add.
Oh, my God.
Hey, it works. So, but yeah, definitely. I agree with you when it comes to that. Podcasting needs more structure.
Yeah.
And we're working on it, and you could see, like, lately that we've been kind of, but, you know, a little bit
maybe
more.
We could see it. I don't know if anybody else.
You guys can't see it. But we definitely have been, like, you know, like, using our notes a lot more in order, like, utilizing them. Like, we have these tools, making sure that we
actually use them.
Yeah, utilize them properly. So we've been doing that and actually been, like,
which has been helpful, I think.
When it comes to, like, what are we going to speak about? And we're not left with, like...
I don't want to feel like we're throwing spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks, you know?
So, I feel like now that I'm done with school, I could... Right now, it's kind of like a weird period because I'm just, like, done with school and it feels like I need a rest, but
But you guys just have a lot going on, like...
That too.
And it's holiday season.
It's just a lot.
It's a lot.
So, So once New Year starts, it's going to be full throttle because I feel like this year, les agradezco mucho everybody that has stuck around with us and, you know, has heard all of our pendejadas, has cried with us, has laughed with us. Like, I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart because we've said it before and me and Angel has said it so many times. Time is so valuable, and to know that you guys spend time listening to us or watching us, it means the world. I can't put no words to that, honestly. Yeah,
and I'm not even gonna lie, guys. The fact that, like, you're listening to us and I don't even listen to us, like, I think it's, I don't know what's going on, like, in my head right now. I just feel like I can't take in casual podcasts right now. I don't know. It's been kind of weird for me, but I can't take in, like, casual podcasts. And I'm not trying to deter you from, like, listening to us or any other casual...
Are you saying we shouldn't fucking listen?
Or other casual podcasts. It's just like, I don't know. It's just like the way my mind is working lately. Like, I can't even tune into our own podcast. And I used to do that every Monday morning. So, I like Edith, I 100% agree, is the fact that you guys take time out of your day to listen to us. Like, it just, it means a lot. And the reason why we keep coming back here is because of you guys.
Yeah, definitely. So next year we want to make it better.
Yeah.
Much better. It's for you guys, so.
And for everybody who's kind of, stuck around, I feel like this year was a little rough, I think.
Yeah, and we're going to be honest.
And it kind of feels like we let the foot off the gas a little bit, like I feel like we kind of slowed down. Excuse me. I feel like we kind of slowed down, and even just looking at like some of, like the numbers and the, like, what is it? The
statistics,
the analytics and stuff. It's just like, it's not where we want it to be at this point. But I'm still beyond grateful for everybody who has stayed, or all the new people who have come to listen to us. I'm very grateful. We're just not I feel like we almost kind of regressed a little bit, but I think this upcoming year for sure, we're gonna, I think, do bigger and better. Yeah, for sure.
I definitely feel like, personally, just like on the other side, as a host, I feel like it has definitely gone more like stagnant. And I feel, honestly, a lot of it, I know I shouldn't put the blame all, but I feel like a lot of it is because I also been so hyper focused on school that I feel like my energy has not been like 100% here, and it reflects on numbers, it reflects on everything, even though it's been a year that we've financially done really good with the podcast. Like, at the same time, yeah, we did financially good, but I feel like the numbers, like when it comes to viewers and you guys, like that means more,
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, I feel like now that I'm not done with school, like I could really like zone in and help you out more, because this is a 2-person job. It can be,
Oh yeah.
Like, I feel like we're in a marriage right now. And this year it has been like, how marriages are supposed to be like not 50-50, but it's a balance, right? So I feel like Angel has been like, carrying the load and stuff like that when it came to this year. And it shouldn't be like that. It should be a good balance. But I feel like, personally, just speaking on myself. So thank you.
Well,
thank you.
I appreciate you.
Bestie.
No, but next year, I also want you guys to let us know what you guys want from us. Like, what are you guys looking to have more of, less of? What?
Less pendejadas. Imagine somebody says that. Yeah, that's my whole personality, bro.
So let us know what you guys want. Yeah. Like, so what is it that you guys? I don't know if you guys have ideas. Like, what do you guys want us to implement? We have like a few things that like we've been kind of like talking about and
plotting,
and yeah, we plotting over here. So I'm really excited. Oh my God, we talked about what we learned this year for the podcast, but is there anything that like you personally felt like you've learned like this year?
I think there's actually two things that I think that's really stick out to me that I learned this year. The first one, I feel like mentally before this year, like even though like I pride myself in like doing the work and being like, being mentally, like doing the work mentally, I feel one of the things that I struggled the most was with my, what's that word? My discipline. And I still struggle with it. I really do, right? But something that has taught me this year, and I always thought about it to myself, I'm like, can I really be disciplined? Like, why can't I just do it, right? And this year taught me with school that I can. I just need to do it. Like, it is in me to be that disciplined.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, it made me realize that. because I don't know, I suffered with a lot of self, like I still suffer with that, you know, with a lot of self-doubt, and always like, you know, like, am I doing the right thing? I'm not. Should I really do this? And then sometimes I start stuff and then I don't finish them. And I feel like school made me realize, like, oh, I started this and I finished it, and it means a
You
lot.
proved to
Yeah,
yourself.
that I could do it, that I have the skill in me, that I could obviously make better, but I have that skill that I could be disciplined. So that, and also patience. I think with, as you know, with getting my puppy, especially that, he has really taught me that. I thought I was a very patient person. Honestly, I did. I don't know about y'all, but I thought I was a very patient person. But no, I was not. Once, like, my dog Teddy came into my life, he's obviously, I got him as a puppy. That's a whole other world of patience. And I could see things of myself that I was not proud of, you know, that I was just like, why am I getting mad at this innocent little being just because I can't keep it together mentally, you know? So I'm still learning, but I feel like my patience has definitely improved, and I become more self-aware of like my issues when it comes in regards to that. So yeah, those are two things I learned.
Those are good things.
What about you? Shoddy.
I think one thing that I learned this year is that I think life is short. And I don't want to get morbid, but I feel like one thing that I really learned this year is life is definitely short because, I'm going to start crying right now.
Wait.
Not only did I lose my madrina this year, that was hard. That was really hard. And a couple of weeks ago, I lost my dog. And oh my God, I'm fucking
I
crying.
didn't think you were gonna talk about it. I didn't think you were gonna talk about it. Oh man, guys.
I'm not gonna apologize for crying. But I lost my dog a couple of weeks ago, and that was my baby. That was my baby, and it's just I feel like this last couple weeks have really put a lot of like things into perspective and made me realize that like life is short. And a couple of things that I've been dealing with is a lot of feelings of guilt and regret. And I think because of those things made me realize that like I do need to be a little bit more present, and just stop being so much in my head, even though, which is funny because the irony of all this is that, you know, these last couple weeks, month has been really hard. And I feel like I've isolated myself a lot and withdrawn a lot, that like I don't want, like, I just don't feel the energy to talk to people. Like, I don't really feel like being social. I don't know. I just feel like I've really withdrawn and isolated myself, but I feel like just it has made me realize that I do need to be a little bit more present and like grateful for the small moments, because when they're gone, they're gone. And I'm still working through the feelings of guilt and feelings of regret, but I that's one thing that this year really taught me. But
Yeah. Yeah. I. Yeah.
so anyways, guys,
Sorry. I sound. I can't. I'm saying sorry because I don't know what to say. You know.
yeah.
Like, I'm like I don't know. I just know. I just know how much like he meant to you. Like how much he meant to you. And like I have no words, you know.
Yeah. Um,
So
I like feel this inherent need right now, like I was talking about earlier, to explain why I feel the way that I do, because I feel like there's people who, there's probably people who are like, dude, it's a dog.
and honestly, I'm gonna say it from like I feel like me before being an owner of a dog. Of course, I would feel really bad, you know, but I don't think I would really feel it like I feel right now if it weren't for like now that I have Teddy, because I can't imagine, like I don't know, like now like I can't imagine. First of all, I can't imagine what you're going through, but now it just like I guess being a dog owner and being so close to him, like it just like man,
It hits you in the feels.
yeah,
But I feel like there's the people who don't have like that relationship with their dog, or even have a pet, like I feel like it's hard to like understand why it would hurt so much.
yeah,
But it does, because that was my baby. I had him for 8 years, and he was there with me when I was going through some shit.
he
When I
was
was
your rock.
he was Yeah, because again, like I feel like when I go through things, I become so withdrawn and isolated, and before I never wanted to go to anybody to express myself, or I don't know, I just felt like I was either going to get judged or questioned, and or whatever. Not even just that, but like I don't know, sometimes it's like I know people want to help me when I'm kind of going through like my mental health struggles, but and like for example, when you tell me like, "Oh, let me know if there's anything I can do to help," but it's like I don't know how to answer that. Like I don't know how to tell you, cuz you know what I'm saying? Like it's just I don't know how you can help. So it's just I don't know, it's just like when I get like people telling me stuff like that or questions, it's like again, I need to learn how to communicate things, but I think when I was going through all these things, I had him there, and it was kind of like, because he's a dog, he can't talk. So
Yeah.
I know it sounds stupid, but like he's a dog and he can't talk. So I didn't have to deal with the questions or the judgment or the this or that. Like he the funny thing is he knew when I was, like down bad. Like whenever I was down bad and I was just having a bad day, like he knew, and he would come just like cuddle me.
Yeah.
And because he's not a dog, it's not like he's questioning me of like, oh, what's wrong, and then like me having to you know what I'm saying. It was just like it was just like this unconditional love and affection from him, of just like him coming to me and just like trying to like, like trying to cuddle with me or like rub himself on me. Like I don't know, it just it did bring a lot of what's the word, comfort. It brought a lot of comfort, because you know how I am, like whenever I get in my feelings and stuff, like I don't know, it's just so hard for me to receive people telling me like words of comfort and all this stuff. It's just like I appreciate the action more than I do the word.
Yeah.
So like just him, obviously he's a dog, he can't talk, so just him not even saying anything and just coming to like try and like give me affection, like it brought so much comfort to me. And because I was going through a lot of things like mental health struggles, he I don't know, I don't know, he was just there was just so much like unconditional love.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I'm talking about a dog, but it's just I don't know. He just meant the world to me.
They're blessings.
Yeah, and he meant the world to me. He was my little baby, and I think the reason why I'm so affected by it as well too is because of how he passed, and I know it's not my fault. I like deep down I know logically I know it's not my fault, but I'm feeling with a lot of guilt because I had to make the decision to put him down. And like having to make that kind of decision, it's like to know that like it's up to you to like make the decision whether or not they're gonna continue living. Like, I don't know, I've been feeling with a lot of, God, I did not mean to cry. Oh fuck. But I'm not gonna apologize for it. I know logically, I know it, you know, like I shouldn't feel guilty, but I do. So anyways, can we just like take a break and then we'll come back?
Right back.
Okay, and
We're back, guys. We're back.
Let's lighten up the mood a
We're
little.
gonna pivot. But before we pivot, you know, I want to say, you know, he was a great pup.
Oh my God, bitch, don't make me cry.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like, he was a great pup. And he's over there running around in heaven, like, doing his thing. I could just see him. So.
Okay.
Rest in beautiful heaven. But anyways, we're gonna pivot, guys, because it's a lot. So
Yes, guys, we ran out of tissue, so I'm using toilet paper.
it be like that sometimes. You gotta go like
Okay, when you were sick, okay, I saw this thing online and it said, what it's so funny. It said, what is one thing that you grew up thinking was for rich people, but actually isn't? It's for anybody. And the person answering was saying, they're like, I grew up thinking that tissue was for rich people.
Yeah.
Because whenever I was sick, I didn't just get a box of Kleenex. I would go grab a roll of paper, like toilet paper, and that's what I would blow my nose with. And that's what I would, you know, like that's what.
Same. Same. That is crazy because same.
Yeah. And I was just like, and it just like made me realize when the person said that, I'm like, you are absolutely right. I grew up thinking that for some reason, like, tissue was expensive.
Yeah.
Because somehow my mom just never bought it.
No, my parents didn't either. Up until, like, you know,
yeah.
now that, but before when I was a kid, it's like, nomás agarras el papel del baño y luego.
Yeah, like, whenever I was sick, I would just grab a whole roll of toilet paper and just take it with me to my room.
Yeah. Same.
And that's what
I still do that sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I still do that sometimes because, you know when they say what's the name of charming is strong? That shit is strong. It could take my mocos. So sometimes I need that strength in that the whatever I'm gonna blow my nose in. So yes, I still take roll of tissues.
Yeah.
Why not?
I feel like I'm on a new level.
Tissue paper.
I feel like I'm on a new level of a.
I said tissue paper, toilet paper. Sorry, guys.
I feel like I'm on a new level of adulthood because I actually purchase like tissue boxes. Yeah. Like we
have them too.
So it's kind of like, it's weird because like it wasn't like even like family. Like I never, if I was to go over to like someone's house, even like friends, because like también son like Latinos, así como nosotros, pues, like going over their house, it was not a normal thing to like see a tissue box right there, you know? Yeah. And like now that's just like, I have to have my tissue boxes here.
I need that softness.
Yeah.
Of a Kleenex.
I just never realized, because before it was like, my mom never bought Charmin because Charmin, is it Charmin?
Charming?
Wait.
What is it?
I don't know.
It was charming.
I don't know. Okay, so that with the little cute bears
or Angel Soft.
My mom didn't buy that. She bought some like cheaper stuff. And so it wasn't as easy on my nose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was, my mom never bought that stuff.
Yeah.
So my mom bought like cheaper stuff, and excuse me, it wasn't as easy on my nose. And like now when I use like tissue, it's like, it's different, you know?
Yeah, you're like, oh damn, this is soft.
Yeah. So now like we buy like the tissue boxes in like not bulk, but like it's like it's like a packet because it's like, yeah. So now it's like standard. I feel like I'm on a new level of adulthood because it's like, man, like I kind of feel like I leveled up, you know, like I buy tissue paper, like we're having a whole discussion on fucking
tissue paper.
On tissue, yeah.
You know what's another thing that I thought it was for rich people, but it's like
what?
Not McDonald's.
Shut the hell up.
Yes, because my parents would, cuando era chiquilla, never took me to McDonald's. Mm-hmm. Never. And honestly, now I see like blessing, you know, they don't want me eating stuff like that, but never took me to McDonald's. So I always thought that, you know, McDonald's was like for really rich people, like the people. But McDonald's has what is it? The value menu?
Well, they have it's different now, but before they had like, it was legitimately $1.
Yeah.
Like their dollar menu was actually $1.
So I didn't know that. I thought it was for rich people. Yeah. Until like, you know, now that we have McDonald's and I'm like, oh, it's not that expensive. Like talking about it, like, you know, in my current state, like I'm just like, man, I really thought this was for rich people. Like, so yeah,
that's funny.
That's one thing I thought it was for rich people.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I was like, only rich people go to McDonald's. Because íbamos a comer así en familia todos los domingos to restaurants.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, oh no, McDonald's. In my little brain, like when I was little, I was like, McDonald's is top tier. Wait, that's
the fucking steakhouse,
yes. Like creme de la crop over there. Like, ooh,
that's funny. That's actually really funny. That's hella funny. So actually, let's fucking pivot because I wanted to bring up something that I saw online.
What you see?
I saw Daddy Yankee is getting a divorce from his high school sweetheart. Oh. They've been together almost 30 years. And I was like, damn, that's kind of sad.
That one stings. I mean, not for like me, but it's just like that one's hard.
I think like that's crazy. Like they've been together for almost as long as I've been alive.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, to put things into perspective.
Let's not talk about how old we are. But
wow. No, but I saw that and I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like I don't know. I thought it was crazy because I'm like, damn, that's so sad to be with somebody for that long. And then like, I don't know, it just, because I guess the reason why I was kind of like, damn, is just because, you know, like Val and I have been together since high school. And so it's kind of like, whoa, like I can't imagine like even just being together as long as we have been now, which is not even half the time that they had been together.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to be together 13 years in February. So I was like, damn, like I can't even imagine my life without him.
Yeah.
So I just was like, damn, that's crazy. But not only that, so they went public about their divorce.
I saw he posted something about that.
Yeah. And like originally they had told everybody that it was like an amicable like breakup, this and this and that. Yeah. It was like irreparable differences, I can't talk right now. It just was like, I guess they grew apart type of thing, right? Like they just, you know, they had differences and they couldn't make it work.
What's a real tea?
So I was reading an article and I just sounded so smart. I was reading an article. And I think based off what I read, obviously, it's not like a for sure thing, but based off what I read, it kind of seems like, I don't know if she was like not stealing, but like she was like because she was first of all, she was heavily involved in his career. Yeah. She was his manager and business partner, and he has a lot of business ventures. And I think there's like a couple businesses that she was all together running. And I guess like in the past year and a half, I don't know. First of all, I don't know what made him want to become more involved in said businesses all of a sudden. But he had been asking for like financial like statements and like wanting to know like, okay, like what, like financially, like where are we at with these businesses? I guess he just wasn't as involved. And for a whole year and a half, he had been asking, and I guess like he never really, like he kind of kept getting the runaround from his wife, apparently. Okay. He was kind of getting the runaround, and she was running this business with her sister, and these businesses or something like that. And once he actually took a look into all of this, apparently there was a lot of withdrawals or like money being moved without even like him knowing about it. So he's now suing her for $100 million. $100 million because of that. I guess that might be the amount of money that was like moved or something like that.
What?
Of this money where he's just like, where the fuck? Like, it was like, I guess it was like moved to like an account in her name or something like that. And he's just like, I guess he was trying to find out like where the fuck is this money going, but I think it was like came out to like $100 million or something like that.
What the $100 million?
Yeah, and
To where like offshore accounts?
No, I think it was, I don't know, but it just like I don't know. I think he had to have hired somebody to like go through all the financials. And I think that's what it came out to. But it was just like, obviously it wasn't like big amounts altogether. It was just like
an auditor.
Little by little. Like this is all like the money that was just being transferred off. And I was just like, dude, that's kind of crazy. Like, I guess it kind of just made me realize that like you just truly never know somebody because they've been together like almost 30 years. And the fact that like it, I don't know if this is all like this is alleged, okay? But like it just made me think like I just could never like have imagined even trying to steal from Val. First of all, what's his is mine and what's mine is his. Like I just, we're a team, and I just could never even just imagine or fathom trying to hide money or like take money. Like
that's crazy.
Like especially when that's your partner, like I don't know. I truly see him as my life partner, and I just could never see myself trying to like screw him over. But
oh man,
that's how.
I think there's more to the story.
There has to be more to the story. And that's just what I saw so far. Yeah. And apparently after this all came out, she tried to like go on there, and she kept it kind of vague, and she was like, we are divorcing because of our differences and this and this and that. And like, we've kind of kept quiet about like certain things because, just like out of respect. But she's like, at the same time, she's like, I'm not gonna allow someone to just, what did she say? She was making claims of defamation though. Yeah. Because she was like, you're making me look bad. Like, this is not at all what happened. So I don't think she fully shared her version of it. Yeah. Ooh. Because she kept it vague. So I don't know.
There's always three sides to a story.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh my gosh. I could think about so many scenarios. You know? I'm just like, what if she was being blackmailed or something like that? And it took her to like, it's just like, como tú dijiste, it's like you don't ever imagine doing that to somebody that obviously means so much to you, especially being there with them for so long. Yeah. You don't know people's intentions, but I'm just saying, like, in a perspective, I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt to this alleged, thing that's happening. But I'm like, what if? But
let's say that scenario where she was being blackmailed, right? Like, this ain't no freaking movie, okay? Like, you ever watch those movies where the whole plot of the movie could just be undone if one person would have just spoken up? Yeah. Yeah. Those a lot of them. Those people, those kind of movies, like, they piss me off because I'm like, yo también, yo acá siendo romántica. But no, they really like, it just like irks me because I'm like, why don't you just tell them the reason why you did what you did? And that would just solve every, like, you know what I'm saying? And so I feel like if someone was blackmailing, I don't give a fuck if somebody would tell me, like, don't tell them, whatever. How would they know if I told Val? I'd just be like, babe, I just need you to act like you don't know anything until we figure out a game plan.
Yeah, I just don't know how that's the first thing that came into my head. I was like, maybe she be blackmailed or something. I don't know.
Something hot, like, girl, dude, anytime I find out anything juicy, the first person, babe, you will never get, you know,
what
like,
the fuck happened?
Yeah, like, if anybody tells me anything, just know your secret is kept safe between me and my husband. Because I will tell him, like, I'll be like, babe,
guess what?
I don't keep anything from him, you know. There, unless it's like something like, but for the most part, there's like a 99.99 chance that, like, it's not that serious, and I'll fucking tell him, you know. But I don't know.
I'm just thinking about every scenario. Also, you know, she could have been, if that really did happen, and she just could have been tired of this shit and was like, oh, I'm stashing shit away, you know?
You're right, because at the end of the day, we're over here. I feel like sometimes that, like, the way stuff is played out to the public is to make someone else look bad, which, you know, has been done before. And at the end of the day, maybe, like, he was a piece of shit husband.
Maybe that too. Like, maybe and that's her revenge, kind of like.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, maybe,
like, you know what? I fucking built your career. I was there from the beginning. I'm gonna take
that money.
I am owed that money, because if it wasn't for me, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
There's just so many scenarios.
I'm sure, like, his talent took him a long way, but, like, obviously, like, if you're not managing that talent correctly, you can throw that talent away.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Hay muchas cosas que pudieran pasar.
Yeah.
Like, it's just up in the air.
I know, but hopefully more Chisme comes out
for this.
Yeah.
But it's just, you just never know. Like, just like you never know. This is one thing I'm like, literally came into my head. Okay. Honest. And we're going to pivot again, because we're going to see what the people think about this. And I want to hear you guys' opinion too. Make sure to comment down below. Okay. People are very divided about this certain topic. And I want to know your opinion about it. Is the Oxford comma necessary?
Yes. 100%. I am a comma whore. I don't think that the sentence is complete if the Oxford comma is not there. Like, the way that I see, okay, I can be like a visual person. I am a visual person. So when I see that comma missing, my eyes instantly group things separately.
Yeah.
Like, the way that I read them, I read them differently. Like, if the comma's there, I feel like, or if it's not, like, the sentence could have different meanings.
No, yeah, definitely. I agree. But I think we're, because I came about with this I can't even spoke.
You came across an article?
Yes, I came across this topic because of TikTok, actually.
Okay.
And there's, like, literally people debating if the Oxford comma is necessary, because a lot of people are saying, no, it's not. And technically in the English language now, like, because I was seeing, it's very, like, you can use it, you cannot, you know, it's up to you. I know a lot of jobs are also saying that they don't like the Oxford comma. So I don't know why. They just don't like the Oxford comma. And there's different news outlets that have made articles about this, about how the Oxford comma is not necessary in English language and should just be taken off. Like, we shouldn't be using it.
I want to, wait, what's your take on it?
I'm an Oxford comma girly. Like, if I'm gonna put a comma, I write how I speak. You get me? I want you to know that there is a list, and kind of like you, like, I don't want you to group together things that are not supposed to be together.
It is a list. Yes, let's give
it a list.
Actually, first of all, can you explain what an Oxford comma is? Because I don't know if everybody knows what it is.
So the Oxford comma, because people are like, what? There's different kinds of commas. So the Oxford comma is the comma that comes before the last item, right? So you know how you do like, let's just say candy, comma, envelopes, comma, that comma, and tequila. You see? So it's like the comma before the and tequila, you know?
Okay.
So a lot of people think that comma it's not necessary. It should just be candy, comma, envelope, and tequila without the comma.
Yeah, I think that is it's an extra character. Like, why is it such a big deal to certain people? But
It's a big deal to a lot of jobs.
That they don't like it and they want to get rid of it, which is so weird because, like you said, I just think I'm visual. So when I group things together, when I see it that way, I feel like the comma will separate it. Like it has maybe I see it like a como un acento, right? Because there's a word that you could have a word and that word can have different meanings depending on, donde está el acento, like where is it placed. The word can have different meanings, and I think it's the same that applies for a sentence. But I guess like you said, in the English language or whatever, it's not right or wrong to have the Oxford comma. But also, like, if I tell you I really like chicken wings, bananas, and carne asada, like, I want you to know that I like those things separately. So I'm gonna say I like chicken wings, comma, what was the other thing I like? Bananas. Okay, so chicken wings, comma, bananas, comma, and carne asada. Now, if I take the Oxford comma away and I say I like chicken wings, bananas, and carne asada, now it sounds like, it looks like I'm saying that I like my bananas with my carne asada.
Yeah.
And that's weird. Like, I don't want people thinking that I like to eat bananas and carne asada together.
Yeah, and it's not only a visual thing. I feel like we put commas in there because technically it's like a break, right? Like a little pause. So it's like even like how it sounds, it's different in how it's supposed to sound. Because you said it was like chicken wings, bananas, and carne asada. But I feel like if the comma's not there, it's like chicken wings, bananas, and carne asada.
Yeah, see, you get me? What I'm saying? It does. I don't know. Let us know. Okay, this is like geek talk right now.
Not them discussing the Oxford commas.
Dude, la gente va a decir, why in the fuck am I listening to a podcast that's talking about commas?
Bringing it back to English. Man.
The amount of people that just stopped listening right now because we're talking about commas.
You lost my attention.
No, but it's just like, I don't know. I do want to know what the people say, though. Like, let us know what your guys' thoughts are on the Oxford comma, because I don't know. As someone who works, like, typing things all the time, like I said, I'm a comma whore. Like, I like to add, I just feel like it adds the necessary break in something.
No, I completely agree. I think Oxford commas should be here and should stay within the English language. That is my take on it. Yeah. If you have a different take, let us know.
I really want to understand, like, why you think it's, like...
First of all, it's a little thing. Just get the... No te hace nada mal.
Yeah, I really want to understand why people think it's unnecessary. I really want to understand why you're wrong.
Just let me know.
Yeah,
Come on.
let me know. Okay, but we're making our episodes long again. So let's jump into some chisme. Here is the last of our chisme for this year.
Oh my goodness. Make sure if you want to submit your juicy chisme, we know the holidays are here. We know you got juicy family chisme. Drop it down below. If you're watching YouTube, there's a link down below. If you're on Apple and Spotify, Apple Podcast, no puedo hablar. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, something. Go head out to our Instagram at La Lucha's Real Podcast. Our link is in the bio.
And let us know.
Let us know. I know y'all got some juicy chisme.
Yeah. Maybe we should make it a goal to have a jingle for chisme. Palmetiche. What do you think?
Yeah. Sure, girlie. Don't have me singing over here. Mariah Carey over here.
Okay. Let's get to it.
Let's go.
All right, guys. You guys ready for this?
No.
Okay. So, when I was 15, I met a guy that went to a different high school than I did. He was a year older than me. Him and I were never boyfriend and girlfriend, but we had like a talking stage. And it was always on and off because I got tired of waiting for him to ask me to be his girlfriend. So I would ghost him. Well, it was like that all through high school and even after high school. I haven't seen him in 2, maybe 3 years since I moved to a different state. Well, he ended up moving to the same state as me, but he's about 3 hours away from me. He texts me here and there, and he tells me that he misses me, and we've talked about the things that bothered us. I asked him why he never asked me to be his girlfriend, because it always bugged me how he wouldn't ask me, but he told me how he was scared to ask because I would ghost him. And I explained because I got tired of waiting on him to ask me, but he was probably the best person I had ever been with. He treated me well, and even when him and I were on and off, he never got a girlfriend, and even when we were off, we would still talk to each other. He's recently reached out to me, and I don't know what to do because the feelings I had for him back then have came back. Edith? Take the lead.
Okay, can you summarize it again for me?
Were you paying attention?
No, I was, but I was like, with the cameras, at one point I was like, I think I missed a little part because I was over here looking at the cameras, like making sure that
Or were you looking at yourself?
No, I actually wasn't. I was looking at they were recording because that one glitches all the time.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, so basically she met this guy.
They've been since high school, right? They were just having a talking, like, it was never
The
official.
funny part is that you asked me to summarize. They met since high school, and they would have like they would have talking stages.
Yeah.
And it was on and off because he never would ask her to be his girlfriend.
Okay.
And so she would just kind of like ghost him because
they were young.
She got tired of waiting for him to ask.
Yeah.
And they continued after high school, and now they're in the same state. Well, he lives a little bit further away, but he's reaching out now. And then when she asked him, because it always bothered her, he basically said that he never asked her to be his girlfriend because she would ghost him. Okay. And, but according to her, he's always been a really good guy, and he always treated her so well, and he never had any other girlfriends or anything like that. But her feelings are starting to come back.
Well, I think they were really young. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're talking about high school, like, I feel like nobody really knows what they want, you know? Like, a lot of people don't know. And especially, I could kind of see his part if he feels like, you know, they're talking and you're on this certain timeline and he's not on that same timeline. That, like, when you get tired and you're like, oh, ya no me quiere, like, he's
not asking me to be his girlfriend.
Yeah, so you ghost him and he's like, oh, man, like,
there we go again.
Yeah, there we go again. So I could kind of see that, obviously, because you guys were younger, you know? I feel like now, if you really wanted to if he never treated you, like, bad and he didn't disrespect you in any way, it was just kind of that. Honestly, if you really want to, like, why not give it a try? Mm-hmm. But be clear of what you want as well. Like, if you are like, you can't, if you're on a timeline, for example, and like if you needed to communicate that with him, if you're like if you don't want to make me your girlfriend within 3 months, then that's it. You get me? Like, if you're not gonna make it official within like that time that you want, then let him know. Because then I feel like you guys are not on the same page.
That's true.
But I feel like you guys are older now, so you just don't know how this is gonna lead, like what it's gonna lead to. So I say, if he never disrespected you and it was all good, why not? Yeah, why not?
Yeah, give it a try.
Yeah, give it a try. Just be clear. That's it.
Communication. All right, next one. All right, girl, it's a little bit long, but
go for it.
I believe.
Oh, you're handing me the thing.
He said, "Go for it." I'm over here like handing you this.
Oh, this one's. A lot long, okay? You believe in me, huh? All right, ready? Hey, amigas, I have been with my man for 7 years and counting, and we have had our toxic phase and our on and offs these past years. But I feel as of now, we are finally stable and healthy. Like nothing faces us anymore, and we decided to stick through whatever. And I have noticed him changing to be for the a better BF for me. However, I feel like have gained some resentment towards him, and I hate it because everything is going so well, but I remember some of the things he's done and it kills my mood. I try to brush it off because I do love him and I see him being the one, but I'm struggling. It makes me sad because he is so much kinder and attentive to me how I always wanted. By the way, I'm also taking medications and noticing that it alters my mood like fucking crazy. So I get these little phases where I'm irritable and anxious quickly. Then it turns to sadness. However, I try my hardest not to not to take anything out on him. I have also noticed my how do you say that word? Libido?
Libido.
Libido is completely non existent. And I feel as though all of this is affecting my relationship and causing me to feel more anger and resentment. Overall, I feel insecure and mentally unstable compared to my BF, but it seems like he is supportive regardless. I have a feeling he will propose soon, but the resentment I feel towards him scares me, and I feel like as if he would get tired of me. Should I move on or give my BF what he needs? How can I give him the benefit of the doubt? Please give me your sincere and honest advice. Love you guys and happy holidays. Happy holidays. Angel, you want to go take the lead on this one?
I feel like that was very like there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack there.
7 years. It used to be they had the toxic phase on and offs, but now they communicated and he changed for the better. He changed, like he improved himself.
Yeah. Actually, I feel like I feel like I can actually like relate to this because for as long as Val and I have been together, we definitely had our toxic phase. We had our toxic phase and I feel like we're in a much better place now. Mm-hmm. But I think it was like the reverse for us. I feel like there was a phase where Val would sometimes, like remember things that happened in the past. And it was just kind of like a mood killer. Like it just would ruin his mood and then he would let it affect him. And then it's, sometimes he would kind of take it out on me. And then it was just kind of like, how do I word this? It was hard for him to let go of that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Even though you guys talked,
we decided to. Oh, my bad. Okay. We decided to work through it. That was the decision we made. It was like, through the toxic phases or whatever, or through the toxic phase, and then after that, it was just kind of like, okay, do we still want to be together? Mm-hmm. The answer was yes. Do we want to be oh my God, no puedo hablar. Do we want to be together? Yes. Do we want to work it out? Yes. Are we willing to put in the work to make this relationship better? Yes. And it was because the love was there and our willing to work through it was there. We decided to work through it, and then it was not an easy process for us because it did definitely, I'm not gonna lie, guys, it did, like trust can be very fragile. And I think, once it's broken, do I think it can be repaired? Yes. Will it be the same? No. But that's not to say that it can't be stronger.
Yeah.
Because like people think of trust like glass and they think that like once it's broken that it's hard to put back together, right? But I think trust can also be like our bone, right? Like, for example, there's people who like, you know, like who practice like Muay Thai and like martial arts and stuff, who intentionally and purposefully actually create tiny fractures in their bones because the bone will grow over and actually make your bone harder, and like it's going to create a stronger bone.
Yeah.
So I think when people see trust like a mirror, I think it's easy to be like, oh, it can never go back to the same. But like, I think trust can actually be, because that's what happened in my case. Not saying that that's every case.
Yeah.
Okay, let me be clear. That's not every case. But in my case, I feel like our trust became stronger than ever. And I think we decided to have a serious conversation of like, because he kept remembering all these things of what happened during our, you know, like toxic phase, and it would just kind of like, he just had such a hard time letting it go. But I was like
building
listen,
resentment.
yeah,
like our amiga.
Yeah, built up resentment. And then I was just like, I actually took the initiative on this conversation, and I straight up told him like, listen, we both decided we wanted to work on this. Now you need to tell me, like, is this going to continue to be an issue? Because when you said you forgave me, did you mean it? And he's like, yeah, I did. And I'm like, well, then why do you keep throwing it back in my face? And so I think when you decide, and that's not to say that you aren't allowed to still be hurt about things. He was 100% allowed to still be hurt about it. But when he said he forgave me, I think there's an action to that too, right? That when you forgive someone, you actually like, you know, like work towards like healing that.
Yeah.
And I think that's when it clicked for him, and he was like, you're right. Like, I can't just say like, oh, I forgave you, and then still keep throwing it in your face, because now I'm hurting you by bringing up old stuff that we both decided we were going to put behind us.
Yeah, it's like a wound. You know, like it's scabbing up, you know, and then
you keep reopening it.
Yeah, and that person with resentment was like, let me throw it in your face again, or let me bring that up, or let me kill the mood with this. Even though we already agreed to move past it, and it's just, you're just reopening again. So it's like, it's our amiga, like over here, like it seems like you love them. Like there seems like there's love in that relationship.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's been better. It's been good.
It's on both parts, because she also says that she loves him and she thinks he's the one. And he has done the actions to improve, and now he's what you want. Like, you get me? He's the attentive partner. He's what you wanted, and he changed that for you, right? So from here,
do you think maybe there's work that she needs to, like, there's still stuff that she probably has to, and I'm not saying you're at fault or anything, I'm just saying like maybe there's some stuff that you still have to heal and work through. And just when you said that, you know, you wanted to move forward with him and that you forgave him, like, did you actually mean it? Because obviously there's still something there.
Yeah, and you're holding resentment.
And I just feel like, and also I want to know, like, are you communicating this with him? Like, does he know where you stand? Because no sabe vino. Like, he just can't guess where you're at. Maybe in his head, he's like, oh, I decided to be a better man, and I'm doing all I can to make this work. So maybe in his head, he's thinking this is somewhere good.
Yeah, he does. And maybe like whenever you get into your, like, if you get like pissed off easily or irritable, he blames it automatically on your meds, because she said something about her medication, you know, that it could possibly be that. But I'm saying, like, maybe he thinks it's probably just that, you know, he doesn't think that there's more than that. And especially if she hasn't communicated, like, you know what, I'm still not over
so
this.
I think again, I feel like we're kind of like broken records here, but the most powerful thing in a relationship is communication. And I think just opening up that line of communication and just letting them know, like, even though things are great, I still think that obviously there's something there, because you have this fear. It kind of sounds like you're walking on eggshells, because you're like thinking like, oh my God, if I bring this up, like, we're in a good place right now, I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, like he's done so much to change. I
Yeah,
don't want to ruin
I
that.
don't want to ruin it. So I think that that's a hard place to be in, because I feel like when you're with somebody and you truly love them, and you can see yourself being like that, being your life partner, it's, I think that feeling of having to walk around eggshells, like that gets tiring at some
Yeah.
point, like, and it's almost like kind of like lying by omission, because you're not fully opening up to, like how you're actually feeling.
No, I completely agree. I also feel like if this is a person you see yourself, like your life partner, they're like your best friend, they're your ride or die, they're your everything, you shouldn't be walking on eggshells with them. You
Yeah.
should feel comfortable enough to, like, this is clear. And sometimes it's gonna feel awkward. It's gonna feel uncomfortable, but you need to open that. That needs to be discussed, because if you do see that person being like your everything, your one person, then it shouldn't be like you shouldn't have that fear.
Yeah.
And if they react like if you open up and they react a sort of way, like you kind of have your answer, too. So
Yeah, and it actually will. I think people don't know the strength of their relationship until they're tested, right? So once you like decide to open, like right now, it's just kind of like you don't want to bring it up because you're like, I don't want things to like get bad again, or I don't want to ruin it. It's just kind of like, well, how do you actually know the strength of your relationship now if you're not testing it by opening up? Like, everybody wants to be with somebody that like I can laugh with, that I can have a good time with, but personally, and this is a personal opinion, I feel like you should also be with someone that you can go through the bad days with.
yeah, the person that's gonna support you, that que te va a apoyar when you're going through, that you could cry with, that you can vent with, that you could, that's actually there on the hard times, because I feel like it's really easy to be with somebody on the good times and laugh and everything like that, but I think what really counts is the hard times.
Yes,
Like
100%.
when you're going through grief, when you're going through depression, when you're going through like the bad stuff, that's what really like
Who
counts.
can you go through the hard times with? Like, that's really like, I think that's really what's going to matter in the long run, because not everything is always like peaches and cream and happy sunshines and rainbows, because life is life and things are going to happen. So I think it's going to test your resilience. Like, it's going to test your relationship and how bad you guys want to be together.
Yeah.
Because Val and I have definitely been tested. And I think us choosing each other every time, like we chose each other every time, and we made the decision that we were going to get through anything together. That's my ride or die. Like, I will do anything.
Yeah. And I'll speak from my own thing. Like, for me, I kind of came to a point kind of like that, that I was walking on eggshells, and I decided to just speak up and say my truth. And that the other person did not
Receive it well.
receive it well at all. And I got my answer from that.
There you go.
So,
So if you want my honest opinion, I think it's maybe there's some stuff that you need to work through, and just talk to him, and kind of you guys can create like a game plan, because like, homegirl, I am right there with you. Okay, I take antidepressants, and those things really fuck with my libido. They sometimes, it's like, you have your days, you're on a short fuse, you're irritable, and we're also women who, we are women where like 3 weeks out of the month,
our hormones are shitty.
exactly, that's
Like,
the
they're
perfect
everywhere.
that's a perfect way to explain it. Like, we are women, and I think one time I even sat down Val, and I'm like, I'm just sorry, like, I'm crazy. And like, he just looked at me and he's like, why are you apologizing? I know exactly who I married.
There we go.
And I just think sometimes we don't give our men enough credit.
Like, you don't know, like, you're not letting them how can I find the word? You're not letting them prove themselves. Like, you're imagining this thing, like, or not imagining, you're just holding yourself back because you're so scared of stuff, but you're not letting them prove themselves and see what they're willing to do, or how they're willing to react to the situation. It's like,
Yeah.
they're not mind readers.
That's true. So I personally think you should just like, you guys should really like sit down and like talk about, and it's always good to have checkpoints in your relationship to see where you guys are at and game plan for the future. Like me and Val do that often. Like, okay, this is where we're at. Like this is where we want to be like the next year or whatever, like you guys are a team, especially if you see yourself, marrying or being life partners. It's, like we said, communication is key.
Yeah. You guys are a team.
Yeah.
Again, what she said. You want to finish off like just one?
Yeah, this is the last Chisme because ya nos pasamos de verge. So
that way, if it's a long episode, y'all could like listen to half of it.
Yeah, listen to half.
The other half the next week because we're not gonna have an episode. So.
Yeah, you're right. There we go. We just made this one a little extra long for you.
For you, it was on purpose.
It was on purpose. We meant to do this. Okay. Ooh, a short one. Okay. All right. Last Chisme for the year.
Let's go.
Let's do it. So one day, I love how a lot of our amigas start with so. Okay. Oh my God, what's going on here? What in the world?
Oh,
okay,
no.
there we go. So when one day I was at my ex's house and we ended up hooking up, well, as we were doing things, I get a call from my mom. I missed her call on purpose. Then after she texted me, I tried to reply to it so she wouldn't get suspicious. So as my ex was in me, I was trying to take... As my ex was in me, I was trying to type out a reply. I sent the message, then a few minutes later, I reread it, and tell me why.
Oh no.
I was literally talking in gibberish. Nothing I wrote was understandable, not even a word. That I was so embarrassed. My mom didn't seem to notice, but I mean, I don't know. She knew I was at his house. So I still think about it to this day because I can't believe I tried to reply to my mom as I was having sex.
She was trying to multitask. You're a multitasker, Mia.
She's like, I don't want my mom to get suspicious. And she completely writes out gibberish. Her mom was like, ooh, I don't want to.
You know what? I thought it was going to go worse. I was like, maybe she like
recorded herself?
Yeah, like, you know,
could you imagine?
And then accidentally sent it and then she didn't see it.
And then her mom just hears clapping.
Yes. Oh no. Trágame tierra. Now your mom is probably like, whatever. She did.
Yeah.
She didn't care about it, but I think it's more you. Bro.
No, but I feel like sometimes we have those moments in our head where like you think about them and you're just like, what in the fuck? Like sometimes like it's not that big of a deal, but to you, like you feel like embarrassment. No. Like
there's a lot of moments like that. But I understand, like, especially if you have a mom that's very insistent. Yeah, when they text you and they want to hear back from you to make sure that you're okay. Like I could see why you did that when you were like mid stroke and you're like over here trying to fucking message, because let me tell you, my mom has gone to great lengths to get a hold of me.
I remember. There's a story.
Should I say it?
If you want.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. So this is when I was like, single and not going around, but, having my fun. I had already...
I just want to say this is not the story that I thought it was going to be, because there's another story.
Oh, damn. There's a lot of stories with my mom. My mom goes to great lengths to get in the conversation.
But that's how you know that your mom cares.
No, yeah. She goes above and beyond. She's learned from herself because she's like, okay, that's a little toxic. I need to give him space.
Well, there was the one that I'm thinking is the one where she like reached out to your cousin when she thought you were...
Oh my God, yes. Oh, that's another one.
Okay, but go back.
Anyways, this one, I think this one is worse, bro. Okay, so the good thing is that it's at the end, whatever. For the true ones, y'all get this story. So like I said, I had moved back in from my home from my home. I moved back into my parents' house after like my relationship ended, right? So of course, I was going out a lot and stuff like that. But this particular time, like I went out with a certain person, we're having fun,
Okay.
fooling around. And my mom texted me. I didn't hear it, or obviously I'm not by my phone. Like I'm over here having fun, right? And I guess my mom was texting me a lot of times, and time was going by, and obviously we were having fun
For a while.
And next thing you know, like he gets a phone call.
Wait, so your mom knew who you were out with?
No, she knew I was out with somebody.
But she didn't know who.
She didn't know who, but she found out who.
How in
That's my mom should be the FBI. Actually, my sister should be the FBI. I still hold her. Okay. So he got a phone call. My mom didn't know that I was gonna go like on a date or something like that. That's what I told her. That's what I told her.
But she didn't know like who where?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So he gets a phone call.
Wait, what about Life 360?
No, that was before then.
Oh, okay.
That was before like we started using like 360. He got was it a phone call? No, or a text? No, I think it was a text. He got a text or a phone call. Yeah, it's a blur. Anyways, the thing about it is that yeah, it was a text. Oh, it's saying like, is Edith with you? Hi, I'm Edith's sister, and I just want to or I'm Edith's mom, and I just want to know if Edith is with you. And he shows me, and I'm like,
wait, hold on. First of all, are you guys still having fun? And he happened to check his phone?
No, we were already we were done.
You were done having fun? Okay.
We were done. I hadn't seen my phone. I still had it over there.
Oh, okay.
But he got it when he got the text because he was closer to his phone, so he just got it, and he was like, whatever. And then he's like, what? Keep in mind, we're not official. We were just fooling around. He was literally like... He was my fuck buddy. I'll just say that.
Oh, I thought you were going to say your fun buddy.
Fuck buddy. We were just whatever. Nobody knew about him and stuff. So then he's like, hey, I think your mom's trying to get in contact with you. And I was like, huh? Guys, I no, trágame tierra. This guy I'm just like all casual with is like, oh, like your mom just got in contact with me.
And I feel like at that moment I would be like, damn, I would feel like I'm in high school. Like, like I'm going to get in trouble.
Yeah, keep in mind I was already 20 something. And then I go and grab my phone, right? And then I'm just like, oh my God. I had like 100 missed calls, so many texts. My cousins hitting me up because my mom hit up my cousins. Like, hey, where are you? My friends hitting me up saying like, oh, where your mom got in contact with us. Where are you? And I think, I don't know if I purposely like kind of turned off my location or not. I don't remember. I think I might have. So like not the Life 360, the one from the iPhone. Mm-hmm. But yeah. And my mother got my sister up. She woke her up. This is all happening at 1, 2 in the morning, guys.
Which sister?
Yamilet.
Okay.
Got her up. And because she was so insistent, she's like, I don't know if I should call the police or what. And she's like, can you find out who she's with? My sister hacked my Google account. Or I don't even know, my contact list from her computer. Found out who I was texting on my contacts.
Oh my God, please tell me there wasn't like dirty messages.
No.
Okay. Girl,
or maybe. I don't know. But that's her fault. Why she's snooping. And got his contact.
That is so impressive.
Right? Bitch, right?
I'm impressed right now.
Yeah, and to this day, she's like, I'm so sorry. I mean, I was pressured by my mom. But yeah, so that's how she like got into my account and from her computer and looked at my contacts and saw.
That's crazy.
That was the guy that I was talking to, or who I was gonna go on a date with. Mm-hmm. And yeah, got in contact with him. You know how embarrassing that was?
How awkward was that fucking...
That was fucking embarrassing. You know the car ride home? Embarrassing. I didn't know what to... Like, I was so silent. I was like...
What did you tell your mom?
I told her, why are you? She's like, no, my mom cried. She was like, I'm so sorry. Like, because I was like, Mom, I'm an adult now. Like, you can't be doing, like, you crossed the line. Like, this is you crossing the line.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Damn.
And no, we had a deep conversation. I'm like, that was a boundary. It's because you weren't replying. Yeah, but like, I replied to you like once. I told you I was doing this and not doing that. You know what I mean?
Damn, you were real deep.
But I was like, oh no, like, I'm gonna be doing this, whatever. You knew, I told you I was gonna come home late, but you still.
Was it past the time you told her you were gonna go home?
No, I did. I just told her I was gonna go home late.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but she's like, it's because you didn't reply to my first text or my second text. No, Mom,
but also, who texts their mom when they're like out on dates?
Yeah, exactly.
No, but still, like, I get where she's coming from.
I get why she was worried.
Yeah.
And especially because it was right after I moved back in.
Yeah.
Like, it was right when I was like,
do you think maybe she turned like mom mode?
Yeah.
Like,
she's like, oh no, like she's with me like how before.
she's under my care.
Yeah. And I was like, no, Mom, like I got it. I know you were worried, but like I'm not, this is beyond me. Like, I get it if it was 4 a.m, 5 a.m.
How late? Hold on. How late was it?
It was 1 a.m, 2 a.m.
Okay.
1, 2.
Okay.
I'm like, Mom, I was like out. This is how I go out now. So,
Damn.
yeah. No, she cried. And she said, so she apologized. She's like, and even to this day, she's like, me pasé. And I was like, ¿tú crees? She's like, and I remember she's like, do you still talk to him? I'm like, no, that's embarrassing.
That's so.
Now, that didn't scare him away though, but still.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Val's mom actually did that.
Really?
Yeah. So
above and beyond.
This was like not right after high school, but it was like after high school.
Yeah.
It was like, I think we were in college, like at UNLV. It was like freshman year or something like that. And she was blowing up his phone, but I think his phone fell, like, because my bed was like pushed up against the wall, my mom's house. The bed was pushed up against the wall, and I think his phone might have fallen through that crack. And it's carpet, so you couldn't really hear it, And so that day he had gone over the night before, and we fell asleep in my room. At this point, we're like, what, 19, 20 years old,
Yeah.
And we fell asleep. It wasn't like we were doing anything. It was like completely.
Y'all doing the nasty.
No, it was completely innocent. Like, we were like, we're in my room at my mom's house, and we fell asleep. And then his mom, I guess he had like so many missed calls. And this was during a time where his mom and I were not really vibing. We were not really vibing. But I think she got tired of calling him and he wasn't picking up, because he never went home. And she always says that, like, es que no puedo dormir cuando.
That's my mom too.
No, but and
Yeah, that's roncando.
Yeah. So I guess like she was worried because he never went home.
Yeah.
And it's because we fell asleep. And what's it called? She was calling, texting him, and he had so many missed calls and like messages or whatever. So I guess she got tired, and she was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to call Angel, because
she has to know.
She wanted to know, and she was pissed. And I think she had texted me, but because we were sleeping, I didn't hear it. But the vibrating of the call coming through woke me up. And I was like, oh shit, I'm getting a phone call. So I'm like, and I was confused too, because she's calling me. And I was like, why is she calling me? Because this was not, I'm telling you, we were not vibing. And so I pick up and I'm like, hello? And then she just starts yelling. And she was yelling at me. She was like, ¿Está ahí contigo? And she's like pissed. Okay, she was like livid. I like, like in the cartoons where you just te duele el oído, because like you're like, holy fuck. But yeah, she was yelling, and I was like, I fucking woke him up, and I was like, hey, your mom is like pissed off. And then Val was like, what? Why? He grabs the phone, and he was trying to turn it down. I could still hear her. She just went off on him. Went off on him and starts yelling. And then al último, just to hang up on him. But no, he went home that day and he had to have a serious conversation with her. Like, he's like, I'm not a kid anymore. Like, yes, I still live under your roof, but like, I'm an adult.
Yeah.
He's like, I accidentally fell asleep at my girlfriend's house, who I've been together with like 3 years now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, he's just like, I fell asleep at her house. Like, we were watching a movie and I fell asleep. And he's like, you can't be doing that. Like, you can't just fucking blow up my shit like that.
Yeah.
And then call her and then yell at her. Like, dude, they had to have a serious conversation. No, it still took her a while. She did. Unfortunately, she has a different personality than your mom. So an apology was not on the table. Apology was not on the table. Never got one.
Well, at least she had your number, right? She had your number.
Yeah. But now, like, you know, me and her are cool. Yeah. Me and her are cool, but no, dude. And then I think he also like kind of had like, it was just kind of like a buildup, right? Because it wasn't just that. Before that, like there was times where we'd be like hanging out, like not even doing anything, okay? And she would call him out of nowhere, and then he'd be like, hello. And I could hear her because like she kind of like talk loud, and she'd be like, he was like, oh, what's up? And then she goes, nothing, I just wanted to interrupt whatever you were doing. It was some toxicness.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a build-up.
Yeah, it was a build-up to that.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like my mom was just overprotective. Like, she just felt like she had to protect me and so much. And I think that when I had that conversation with her, she realized, she's like, oh, man, she's an adult.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was living a year away from you. You know, I was doing my own thing, and now I come here. It's not going to be the same. It's not. And first of all, I'm single.
Yeah.
And I'm having fun. And I'm going to let you know, I'm going to be partying a lot.
She hadn't seen you be single
she hadn't
ever because you were a teenager. You were a baby still.
Yeah. So this was very new. So I understand why she reacted. This was very new to her. So now, like,
but also the way that your sister and her were able to track you down, I'm 100% impressed because and also the lengths that they were willing to go to, because I listen to a lot of true crime. Yeah. Like, sometimes, like, people actually go missing, and I'm not saying that, like, people have bad family or friends. Yeah. But, like, there's, like, some family and friends don't try that hard. Yeah. Don't try as hard, and obviously when someone goes missing, it's like the minutes matter. Yeah. And
every single minute.
Yeah. Also, I also recommend that whenever you guys go out to hook up or with someone, tell at least one person where you're going. At least one person that knows where you're at, because and I get it, sometimes
has your exact location.
Yeah.
And one person did have my exact location, but obviously because they weren't gonna just like, oh, she's at over here fucking around, but she's like, oh, I see her here. She just hasn't moved from here.
Question for you. Now that you're gonna like kind of go back into the dating world, like, you're still gonna keep that on, right? You're like,
I had that conversation with my mom already. Okay. I was like, I'm gonna start dating next year. I just want to let you know. Don't worry, my location is always gonna be on.
Okay.
I don't need you questioning where I'm at. I might be having fun. She's like, I get it. And I'm like, I'm just being honest with you. I'm being honest with you. Like, I'll text you obviously to tell you that I'm good, but I'm always gonna keep my location on, because you just never know. Yeah. People. But don't be blowing me up like that.
Yeah, but I also, like, just to be on your mom's side, I feel like if not me, tell her or your sister who you're going to be on a date with.
No, yeah, definitely.
That way we have...
Bitch, you're going to be on the date with me.
You're right. Your mom is worried, and then they hit me up, and I'm like, oh, I'm right here. I'm watching her.
Don't worry. Takes a picture.
Ahí está. And then your mom's like, ay, ese muchacho está feo, or whatever.
Yeah, get her out, please. No, definitely. Especially like in Vegas, guys, it's
it's scary.
Yeah, no, it is. I think almost everywhere, but based on statistics and facts, it's one of the most dangerous places because of human trafficking and everything like that. So, of course, yeah, I think whenever I do go on a date, I'm gonna tell Angel exactly who the fuck I'm going with. This is their profile. This is their plates. If I could get their plates, I'll get their plates.
Oh, and you know me, I can track down.
Oh yeah, this is phone number. This is a picture. Like this is what.
You know for sure, I will be looking through court records to see.
Oh yeah, that's another thing, guys. I will. There is gonna be a background check. I do not know. No. Last thing we need is getting myself into some sticky situations.
And I mean, a lot of you guys should do your research too on who you're.
Y'all need a friend that does FBI work.
Like honestly, guys, like a lot of these, like they're public record. Like you can just. It's as easy as like just knowing as long as you know the websites, they're easy to navigate. Yeah. But like. I've done this for Iris. So she'll be like, hey, can you look up so-and-so? And I'll go through all the fucking court websites, all in the vicinity of Nevada, like all the court websites. And I'll go and see if they have I'll go see it and be like, oh, they got like 3 speeding tickets, but at least they don't got no DV on their fucking record. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of stuff that when you guys are like, especially if you're on dating sites, like make sure you do your research on who you're dating. Like you don't want to end up on no Risa Tisa story 2.0. Like
exactly.
It could get dangerous. So
yeah, be cautious.
How the fuck did we end up here?
I have no idea. But typical La Lucha is real.
Exactly.
Anyways, ya para cerrarle, guys, because we've been on this for a long time.
Oh my God, you guys, before we wrap up, we need to
rack it up.
Before we back it up. I'm just kidding.
Wait, let me get myself. I'm sleeping, bro.
Oh, me too.
I'm like going down.
Now you're taller than me, so I have to.
I'm like over here, hella sleeping. Okay. Before we go,
we have to say Merry Christmas. Merry Chrysler.
Merry Chrysler. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody. To those who celebrate it and to those who don't, who have the day off. If you don't have the day off, I hope you have an amazing day, amazing week. If you do celebrate Christmas, I hope you spend it with your family. If your family is not close, I hope you spend it doing what you like most. So even if
with
it's
loved
just resting.
ones, friends, family, whoever, hope you guys have a very, very a great day. Just in case people don't celebrate.
And then our next episode doesn't come out till like after New Year's, huh?
Yeah, I believe it's like January 6th. I think is going to be our first episode of the year. So this is also shout out to our 2-year anniversary. If you follow us on Insta, you really should.
Yeah.
We'll probably I don't know. We'll have to do something. I don't know. Yeah, we'll do something. But that's crazy. Yeah. Also, just did I say Merry Christmas already? I think you were saying it, but I don't know that I actually said Merry Christmas. I just went on a whole tangent.
I don't know if you did, but let's do it again.
Yes.
All right.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas. We wish you guys all the best, all the love, all the tamales.
Yeah.
All the great food, all the great people being surrounded by.
Yes. And let's remember that we are celebrating Jesus' birthday.
Baby Jesus.
Yeah, because I wanted to bring our amigo in. So, it's actually... Okay, I have a story, guys.
Oh, no.
I know we were saying our goodbyes, but I have this funny story. So, because he's gonna make a feature right now. So I have a funny story. Let me make it short. A few years ago, I had asked my mom to buy me a crucifix when she goes to Mexico, and I was like, because we like to put cruces over our doors. And I was like, Mom, I need a new crucifix. The one that I got broke, blah, 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 whatever. So she was going to Mexico, and how over there they have really, they have beautiful cruces over there.
Yeah.
And what?
Did I just cough?
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch you right now.
I haven't even been coughing on you. I've been keeping my distance.
Yeah, but the things.
It's floating in the air.
It's fast. It's
yeah.
fast.
Also, you guys like our freaking Becky G and Angel Aguilar gap between us if you were watching on camera. I was looking at it. I was like, why are we sitting so far from each other? But anyways.
Back to the point, Angel.
Back to the story before I got distracted. So anyways, I really wanted una cruz. I wanted a crucifix. So I told my mom, who was in Mexico, I was like, can you please bring me one? Let me just show you what homegirl came back with, because I told her, I was like, oh, just give me, because she was like, well, what do you like, what kind of cruz do you want? And I was like, I don't know, mom, just like something nice, like just give me, I want a crucifix for my room or for Val and I's room. And then she was like, okay, say less, I got you. Let me show you what homegirl came back with. Okay, just put a pause there.
We're back, guys.
So he doesn't fit on camera. But can you guys look at this and tell me she is not the most extra person?
This sounds like you're gonna go
like this is almost as big as the one that Jesus himself carried.
Yeah. Girl, it sounds like you're gonna do what are they called when the person in the front, they're all following the person? I don't know what they're called. Oh my god. But they do it for events, they do the Virgen and the person in the front is carrying the big image and stuff. Yes. That's you right now.
Okay,
bro.
guys, hold on. I have this is what I wanted. I'm crying right now. I'm like that sound, the audio.
Yeah, this is what I wanted.
This is what I wanted. I wanted this. Okay, my mom came back with this. What door? What door am I hanging this over?
That shit gonna hit you, bro.
Guys, you guys want to know the funny part about this? Because this is from Mexico, okay? Somehow, someone decided that a freaking little soda can opener is what's gonna hold this thing up. Look at this. This is like the fucking thing that you open a soda can with. Like, who in there? This thing is like at least 30 pounds. And they decided to put this little tiny, you can't even see it, this tiny little thing. This is the funny part. With two little clavitos. Who said that was going to hold this up?
Hey, you just, Mexican materials are resistant.
So, I just wanted to show you guys my Jesus, because we are celebrating his birthday.
Happy birthday, Jesus.
Yeah. I just wanted to make a little feature for you guys.
a little feature.
A little feature.
Girl, he gonna take the whole camera screen.
I know. Okay. Anyways, guys, for real, goodbye this time.
Yeah, have a great Christmas. Have a great New Year, guys. Les deseamos because they're right.
Yeah.
Have a happy New Year as well.
And I just wanted to say that we love you guys.
Yeah, we love you so much, and we'll see you next year.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Oh, wait. Besitos?
Oh, my God. We didn't do our exit.
Can you do that? Make sure to comment, subscribe. You already know. And then if you're listening to Apple Podcasts and Spotify, make sure to leave a 5-star review. Leave it as a Christmas present.
Yeah. Anything less, you're going to hit the DMs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyways.
Que Dios los bendiga.
Besitos.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.